What is a vision board, y'all? What is a vision board? For the past few days, I've been procrastinating, talking about doing a vision board, and I want to break down in this video how I've actually done my vision board. Now, if you guys don't know, I've been doing vision boards for about a year now. I did a vision board when I got my first store, and it panned out pretty good. Vision boards, the way I look at them is, I don't believe in, and I want to really just make this clear, I don't believe in manifestation. I don't believe that you can manifest something just because you speak it. I don't believe that you should put sticky notes on mirrors and tell yourself, hey, you know, I'm going to make, my bank account is going to be $1 million by tomorrow. Like, I don't believe that. I think that all of that is completely bull crap. And I think to create that type of belief, it's unrealistic, and it's kind of, in my opinion, cringy. Now, I'm not saying telling yourself and speaking life into yourself isn't good. What I'm saying is that speaking life into yourself and having the right actions behind it will always trump just speaking life into yourself and thinking that that sticky note or that message on that mirror is going to happen just because you spoke it into existence. And I've seen several people in several videos create this false narrative. And when I first got my first, well, not my first store, but my first store in a pretty bad neighborhood, I was nervous. But I also was like, I need to figure out the direction I want to take the store. So I created a vision board. And that vision board was to basically map out what I wanted the direction to be in. You know what I mean? So nevertheless, I think everybody should have a vision board, because what it did to me, and I'm just, so first I want to speak in personal perspective on how it impacted me, right? So before the vision board, I was always motivated, as you guys probably know. Like, I'm motivated. I'm good. Like, when it comes to motivation and hustle, I think I have that. I'm self-motivated. No matter if I'm failing or succeeding, I'm always getting up trying to figure out a solution. So cool. But sometimes my thoughts become random and they become scattered, and I can't focus on, or I won't say can't. Now, and either procrastinating or just not accomplishing, you know, what I set out to accomplish. And when I created the vision board, all of that sort of kind of went away a little bit. Like, well, it went away, because every day I walked into the store and I walked into my back office, I saw what I wanted. And I believe on there I had, like, I wanted to have, I'll get a good one. One of them was, I wanted to start my Airbnb business. Started that. I wanted to start my Toro business. Started that. I started to, like, set money aside for things that was on my vision board on a consistent basis without even knowing it. You know what I mean? Like, I walked into the back office and I knew that I wanted to start this type of income stream on the side. So I went through my day, you know, without spending money on certain things, because I knew what my main goal was, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I sort of kind of took my time and thought in a progressive way of, okay, I need to buy another car so I can add it to the Toro business, my Toro fleet. Or, oh, I need to make sure I save this bread up because I need to buy another rehab property. Like, I started to think like that. It changed a lot of my reality, and a lot of my behaviors that I thought were already good and polished. It sort of kind of made them more intentional. So that's the reason why I would recommend you to create a vision board. Now, me, when I first created a vision board, I went to, I believe, the dollar store. I got a board and I did the same. And so with me knowing that, I am also very cautious on understanding, oh my God, on understanding exactly what I want to, what type of things I want to find. I got to the store and I don't even have my phone with my card in it. I forgot. Alright, I got to the gas station to get something. Maybe that's just God telling me that I don't need to get it, and be honest. But yeah, I'm just not gonna get it. It's cool, because I'm trying to get this Celsius, because if you guys don't know, I love Celsius. I'm trying to get this certain flavor that I like, but I left and didn't put it, whatever. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is I have a board. Now, I'm not going to, one thing I do believe is, if you show what you want to do to everybody, I don't believe it will work. Like, if I show you guys, all right, I want this type of car, I honestly don't think that it will work, because I just feel like instead of speaking things into existence all the time, sometimes you should show it. You should show that work ethic. People should be able to see it. I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's making sense to me. But I'm not going to show everything on the vision board, but I'm going to map it out and show you guys exactly how I do mine, so you can get an idea of how to do yours. A lot of people try and tell people, this is how you do a vision board. You do the vision board how you see fit, right? But make sure that it makes sense. And the main thing I would definitely say is make sure that you are being realistic. Like, if you're not being realistic, then you wasting your time, because being realistic is one of the most important parts of a vision board in my eyes. Because if you're not realistic, then what are you doing? Like, prime example, if you know for a fact you don't have the work ethic to achieve $1 million in a year, why the hell would you put it on your vision board? You know what I mean? Like, people do things like that. They'll sit there and they'll try and make vision boards and put just, hey, I got 1,000 subscribers, but by the end of the year I want 1 million. Like, come on, bro. Like, make realistic things. Like, don't just put anything on the vision board. Make things that are realistic so that you actually can anticipate them and have goals to achieve that are actually obtainable. You know what I mean? So that's important. Do not create unrealistic goals, but build it how you choose, especially since you're going to be accountable to making it happen. All right. So the first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to write down 4 categories, right? So I'm going to try to basically commit to 4 sectors of my life, right? So I'm doing this in real time, no script, no anything, right? So just bear with me. But the first category I'm thinking is content creation. The second one, I'm gonna do business goals. And then the third, I'm going to do like that. This is where I get stuck. I think third, we could do health, right? Because health is wealth. And then fourth, let's do relationships. Because I feel like with relationships, we can also set like networking goals, but also I could set some goals with like spending more time with my children or something like that, or taking them on, taking my son Paris to Paris or something like that, you know what I mean? So those are going to be our sectors. So we got 4 sectors. So think about 4 sectors. I got content creation, business goals, health, and relationships. Now let's write down some SMART goals. Okay, so I'm gonna write down some SMART goals, and this is where I gotta really sit down and think. Like, I'm not really trying to just create this video for content. I'm actually creating this video showing you guys that if I can do it, you can. But I'm also dead serious about this. So I'm taking this not too fast, but also really in a deep thought, because me making this is something I've been procrastinating on for a while, and I think it's because I'm scared of losing bad habits. That's what or putting more pressure on myself. So we're gonna get it done. But I need to write down some SMART goals. So and what I would say the SMART goals is in each category. I think I want to make 4 SMART goals, which are just going to be goals. Me writing down, I want to make $50,000 from wesply.com, or I want to gain 100K subscribers. You know what I mean? But again, make it realistic. Right now on Educated Hustlers YouTube, I have 10K on Hustler Taught Me YouTube. I have 2K. You know what I mean? I just got the 2K. Literally, of me filming this, I got the 2K yesterday. Thank you so much to everybody on my YouTube channel, Hustler Taught Me. So I'll write down those. Let's write down at least some content creation SMART goals. Let's do that together. My other ones, I'm gonna sort of kind of write them, privately, because again, guys, I don't like letting everything be known as far as what my goals are. It's just a superstitious thing with me. But for sure, content creation. If I got 10K, I want to have, and this is going to be by this time next year, not December. So I want to have, like, realistically, I want to have, I can't even say 15K to 20 because I need to be exact. But I don't feel like I can get 20 subscribers Let's do it. I want to have 20K subscribers on Educated Hustler. YouTube. That's just what we gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I want to have 10K subscribers on Hustler Taught Me YouTube. Okay, and then I want to have TikTok is a platform I actually want to build. Instagram is a platform I want to build, but it's alright, I want to have 5K followers on both Instagram and TikTok business pages. Okay, and then my last content creation goal. Last year it was to get monetized on my other channel, and that happened. Ooh, I got a good one. Now I do make money from YouTube, but that's not. We gotta. What would that be a business goal? Yeah, that would be a business goal. Now, I'm very consistent. That was one of my things before that I wanted to do, is be very consistent. I beat that. Dang, I need one more. I'm still thinking. I don't know, y'all. I'm still thinking. I'm trying to figure out one more content. But I really think that I want to have 5K followers on Instagram, and I want to have 5K followers on TikTok. Is actually 2 SMART goals instead of 1. So I could say on Instagram I want to have 5K, and I want to have 5K on TikTok. Why so low? I think because of how much I'm not seeing growth on there right now. I feel like I would have to exhibit different behaviors to actually achieve more reach on those platforms. And me being realistic with myself, I know that it may take me a second to figure out that strategy. So that's why I say 5K. I think with YouTube it's a little bit different. 20K at 10K, that's interesting, because if I look at my analytics on YouTube, so prime example, I have 10,604 subscribers right now. If I look like a month by month, like last month, I gained, last month I gained only 138 subscribers, right? And in March, I only gained 120. In May, right now I'm at 86. So like, I'm getting like 100 subscribers a month. If I'm gonna get to like to 20K, you know, that's a lot. Like, that's going to be a big jump. And that's why, like, sometimes you actually gotta really look at yourself and be like, yo, B, or yo, whatever, you know what I mean, whatever your name is, you gotta look at yourself and say, because I would need 1,666. No, I wouldn't. I'm tripping. I would need, divide that by 12. 833 subscribers a month to get to that 20K technically, but I'm only getting 100 subscribers a month. So if I'm rounding, so that's where I think I would have to figure out how I would make that jump. Like, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I don't think that that's bad. I think the fact that I want to figure it out is actually pretty good. And the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because it's important for us to not be too down on ourselves, right? Like, don't be down on yourself when you actually look at the numbers and be like, oh snap, I got a mountain to climb. Because, you know, it could not happen, it could happen, but regardless, I'm going to try, right? And I'm going to try and figure it out. That's the point. So my first 6 months of me doing this, I probably will be trying to figure out, all right, how can I mainstream to get 833 or 800 subscribers a month, right? What am I not doing that I should be doing to be able to get it? So, interesting. Now, and that's a whole nother point of a vision board, in my opinion, is when you write down those visions, now you also got to sit there and say, yo, what do I need to actually accomplish to get these? You know what I mean? So now I'm going to work on my business, health, and relationships, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so I have it done, okay? Everything is here. Now that I have this, right, I am going to move to the next step, which is going to be actually choosing like pictures that represent these goals. Yeah, because I'm on 1, 2, and you know something? I think that instead of relationships, so I have content creation, business goals, health goals, but instead of relationship goals, I'm gonna do personal goals. Okay? And yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do personal goals. Now, one thing I will say is I'm gonna read maybe one from each. Is okay, so boom, one of my content creation goals, get 20K on Educated Hustlers YouTube. Business goal, I want to make, let's see, I want to make 1K from YouTube. I'm not scratching that on each channel, so that's something I want to do. And these are all by May 20th, 2026. Health, I want to get to 200 pounds. I'm like 170 something, like 180, 170, around there. Like, I fluctuate between 170 and 180. And personal goals, I want to have a day where I chill with my kids every day, like one day a week where I chill with my children. And also I want to open a business with my kids. And I want to put these extra little bonuses. I will have I want a custom Tesla. And then I want to move to Texas. Okay? Those are things that I want to do. Now I need to find images that represent each one of these. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is I'm going to look online and find images that, represent each one. I'm going to go on my laptop and I'm going to, I'll do it on here too. I'll do it on the computer and just try to find, just try to get it like that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let's get to these images.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Where the fuck the function? Where the fuck the function? The way I feel right now, I feel like we need to be all alone. So if you just playing around, you need to tell your girl, take a fine ass home, and that's real. Stop teasing me. Stop teasing me. I could change your life so easily. I keep begging you to stay.
Okay, so alright, so I got the poster board, right, that I'm gonna use. I have a bunch of different colors. I chose green because it's the color of money, but also it sticks out. So I have pictures of like my kids. Now I only use black and white because I need that color for my business and what I'm doing currently. I gotta print out some things, but I got a bunch of pictures, right, of things. You know, I even got pictures of like pictures of like money and stuff, like pictures of my YouTubes and stuff that you probably could see. So I got a bunch of pictures, and I also got some pictures of social media, but like they're at the 5Ks that I wanted to get. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm going to position it to put it on a board, basically, if that makes sense. And they're all based on the goals that I said. They're SMART goals. Now I turned them into images. I'm putting the images on the poster. So I'm excited.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who? Hey. Is it Stacy? Is it Becky? Is it Keisha? Is it Ashley? Was it Danny? Is it Party? What's the function? Where the fuck the function? Where the fuck the function?
Alright, y'all, so it is done. This is my board, okay? And I got a bunch of things on here. I think I'm gonna go over it in another video. I don't think I'm gonna do it right now, but yeah, I'm done. Alright, so one thing I'll say, right, about my board that I do like and that I did take pride in was one side is a bunch of things I'm holding myself accountable, and a lot of the things on this side are going to be numbers and a bunch of metrics that I want to see within this year. Now, this is not going to be my full complete vision board. I'm not going to lie to you. 9 times out of 10 I'll be making another one, because I want to have one where I have everything I want to do, and then one that actually talks about what I have to do to actually get to this, right? So that's really important to me. And I wanted to shoot this video because I really wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of holding yourself accountable, but also reminding yourself on a consistent basis exactly what you are trying to accomplish. Because especially a lot of us as like entrepreneurs, we tend to, or people that are looking to be entrepreneurs, we tend to think we can do it, but we really don't know what it takes to get it done, right? And like, that's important, because while you know you want to do it, do you actually have what it takes to get it done? That's deep. Because I was talking to my children the other day, and I was telling them how, you know, if they want to be great, they're going to have to stop being infatuated with just watching, but also creating. And I was explaining to them how it's important to, yes, you guys like YouTube, you guys like playing with your toys. I said, never stop being a kid. Never stop playing. Never stop enjoying your time. But what I want you guys to also understand is that while you can play and have fun, you also need to think to yourself at times, what do you want to create? Use your imagination. And I think a lot of us, we don't use our imagination enough. And if we are using our imagination, we don't think about, okay, how could I actually make it happen? We think just because we think it can happen. But that's not the truth, right? Like, I'd be lying to you if I told you that's how it works, right? It's not one thing in this world, me personally, that I've gone through that I just thought about it and it just happened. No, I had to plan and figure it out. So definitely plan and figure your stuff out, y'all. Build your own vision board. I think that I'll make a video on my vision board presentation. I'm not sure yet, but you know, it's a lot of intimate and very scary things on this board that, you know, I have to face myself, and also realize, okay, if I am going to do this, I'm going to have to work 10 times harder than ever, right? So I'm willing and down for it. I just have to have a plan. That's it. You guys got this, man. I'm telling you, it's easier than what we probably anticipated to think. We just have to consistently keep trying to move forward in a productive manner.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Where the fuck?